has to communicate that to the driver and do it in a quick manner. Okay? Underneath that, the TER, there's the France family speech. You know, Bill France started the track. He handed the track down to his son in the late 70s, and then now Bill France Jr.'s kids are running the track. 2019, those children decided they were going to sell the track. How can you sell such an iconic thing that belongs to your family, right? Well, guess what? They sold it to NASCAR. Guess who owns NASCAR still? The France family. So they just took it out of one entity, put it in another. So we didn't lose anything. My check instead of coming from Daytona International Speedway now comes from NASCAR. I'm okay with that. So that's the France family suite. And then I go all the way down to the left. See the two windows that are like all the way down and that one opens? And that all the way to the left, that is the network broadcasting group. So in February, we have the 500, and that's broadcast by Fox. And then in August, we have the Coke Zero Sugar 400, and that's broadcast by NBC. NBC also will broadcast the Rolex race that comes in here. So the media gets to sit in there, or that group, that broadcasting group, gets to sit in that suite. But we have a lot more media that come here that can't fit in there. So we created a room for them. It's our media center, and that media center can hold about 190 to 200 media people. They have a console, they can plug their computers into it, they have monitors in there, they have everything accessible to them that those guys have. So if they want to talk to the crew chief, they want to talk to the spotter, they want to talk to the driver, they can do that as well. They just don't sit on in a cushy suite, okay? But it's not uncomfortable. There's food in there, there's a craft service in there, there's a nice comfortable chairs and all that, but they just don't have the trackside seating, okay? So that's what happens here, and that's what happens there. We're going to get back on the tram, and we're going to drive over, and I'm going to try to show you the media center. I'm not sure what I can and can't see yet today. Sometimes they shut stuff off so we can't see it, but we'll try to get over there and see the media center. Is there any questions?
What kind of seating is in there? Is it like
It's
seating?
it's a bar lounge area, it's a restaurant type stuff. There's a selling room. There's suites in there.
So not any kind of chair like that?
No, but we wait. Those chairs are comfortable.
Okay.
From what they used to be.
Oh, I bet they
All right, if you have your pictures, hop in. Let's walk back to the tram. We'll get on the tram and we'll get a little ride around. Okay?
Right here, Cindy. Look. Yeah.
I didn't want her to get stung.
Did they get it?
That's okay. I'll take what I can get. The number of restaurants. Yeah, you said the $3 to it.
Alright, as we come up to this gate, take a look over to the passenger side. You're going to see a couple of our fire trucks. We do have about 8 fire trucks. They're underneath our Sunoco fueling station. Sunoco is the fuel of NASCAR. And then you see there's rescue trucks and ambulances in those blue garages. And I believe there's some more in these other blue garages over here. Now, at the end of these blue garages, there is a bump out garage. That's an inspection garage. Now, prior to the race, every car gets inspected. At the conclusion of the race, the winning car and a few selected other cars get inspected. Now, these blue garages are reserved for the Xfinity Cup Series garage when NASCAR comes to town. Up on the driver's side, there's this blue fence right here, and on the other side of the fence there is a stage. That stage has a top and all that good stuff. That's where all the free entertainment comes from. And they do put that on the Jumbotron so you can see it in the stands as well. We are entering our fan zone. This fan zone is sponsored by Hard Rock Bet. As I turn, you can look over to the passenger or the driver's side. You can see those brightly painted yellow garages. Yeah. They call them yellow. They got numbers, they got windows. You can see a few cars in there and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually yellow garages on each side, but the inside is red. It's part of the fan zone colors. Now, if you want your driver to sign something, you find them in those windows, and then underneath the window there's a pass-through window. You can put something in there, have them sign it, and hopefully they'll send it back to you. Now, that fan zone ticket's about 20,000 people in there. You buy a ticket to the seating venue first, and then you can buy a ticket to the fan zone. Alright, so we're going to be able to get in here. This is why they're called the yellow garages. So if you look, you saw that the red on the inside, the outside here is yellow, and the side facing the track is yellow as well. That's why we call them yellow garages. Now if you look over there beside that gate 410, right in there, that is that media room, and there you see that gray building. That's where we put those media people. Now up on top of these yellow garages is part of the fan zone too. That's called the fan deck, and you can go up there, find your favorite driver down on the bottom, find them up here, look out over the top, and you get to see those car haulers and all their tools and everything they keep outside. When I turn again, you're going to look on the driver's side, you'll see our other Sunoco fueling stations. Those are the two fueling stations we have here on our property. And as I continue to turn on the driver's side, you're going to see our Advent Healthcare Center. We've had a healthcare center on our property since 1959. We staff it with medical personnel, such as doctors, nurses, and technicians, during major events, just in case we have an emergency. And then right in front there is the RV lot. That is reserved for the NASCAR drivers and owners. They come and bring those $1 million condos on wheels, they park it right there, and then those drivers and owners, when they come to work, they come out of that little gate right there, you see that little gate, and then cross over this street, and they walk right over to that sign, that gate 410, right by the media center, and right into the fan zone. So if you wanted to see a driver or owner, your chances are great of seeing them if you got a ticket to the fan zone.
They parked their RVs there. That's they stay there for the whole week.
Alright, if you take a look over to the passenger side, you're going to see that blue guardrail. The other side of the guardrail is a 180-degree hairpin turn. That's part of our road course that adds 1.06 miles to our super speedway, grand total 3.56 miles. That's normally reserved for motorcycles, sports cars, and go-karts. However, in 2020, we put NASCAR out on our road course for the very first time. Watkins Glen, New York, canceled the race, sent it down here to us, and we put NASCAR out on the road course. We liked it so much, we did it 2 more times in the next year and a half. And we first came in onto the track, we came in on the back stretch chicane, and then there is a front stretch chicane for NASCAR. NASCAR is the only one who uses that front stretch chicane. Alright, now right in front of us there is this building. Building has 2 rows of fencing. They got red numbers and blue numbers. Those are premium campsites that we have here. Those premium sites come with hookups such as water and electricity. We have about 268 of those premium campsites. And all together on our property we have over 1,000 campsites.
1,000 campsites.
So you see that
campsite.
lake back there. You might be wondering why we have a lake in the middle of our infield. Well, that's because when Mr. France was looking for a piece of property, he was looking for one that had the right amount of dirt and the right quality of dirt. He happened to find that right here. So he directed his men to that site. They dug out 1 million cubic yards of dirt, and the dirt did form the high banks here at Speedway. Now that lake is large enough. It's been used for motorboat races and water skiing events. And we actually use that lake for the swimming portion of the triathlon that comes in December. Now you can also fish in that lake. If you want to fish with your favorite driver, donate money on the Friday before the Daytona 500 to your favorite charity, and then you can fish with that driver. The largest fish we know that was caught in that lake was an 8.3-pound bass that was caught by the wall trip. Now that lake also has a name. When Mr. Francis building used the Speedway, he needed a bunch of money. He crossed all those loans and still needed more money to complete his Speedway. So he went to his very best friend, his employer, Mr. Dave Lloyd. He asked him to borrow money, and Mr. Lloyd said, sure, I can loan you money. Well, to thank him, Mr. Trade said, I'm going to leave this lake after you. And it's called Lake Lloyd. This is Lake Lloyd Road that we drive on. Alright, I don't think I mentioned it, but we do have that Rolex race. That is a 24-hour endurance race, and that runs right through the night. Well, that's not a problem for those sports cars, because sports cars come equipped with headlights. We wanted to put NASCAR on the Speedway. In 1998, we had one issue. NASCARs don't come equipped with headlights, they come equipped with stickers, and stickers don't shine very bright. So we hired Russell Lighting out of Iowa. They came and installed all those light poles you see around the top of the track. They also installed those gray boxes on our infield wall. Now each one of those gray boxes that we saw on the other side, they're lined with mirrors. They just put that spotlight bulb in that box, shine it to the back of the box, and then those mirrors reflect the light out onto the track. In case the driver gets spun out and ends up looking at that box, you're not blinded by that light. Now you can see there's yellow numbers on these fences here. Those are also campsites.
Wow. They're
We
campsites.
also have right here the blue guardrail again. There's another 180-degree hairpin turn here. And you can look on the passenger side all the way down to the other end, and you can see the other hairpin turn. Now we also have some bleachers around this road course. Those are a first-come, first-served seating area for road course events. However, if NASCAR is out on that road course, we would not be putting anybody out in those bleachers or these campsites on this close to the road course.
Line painter.
Alright, we're going to be heading to our tunnel. This tunnel was constructed in 2004. The amazing thing about the year 2004 is 3 major hurricanes that came through here on 3 consecutive Thursdays. Even though those
Tunnel.
hurricanes came through and did some destruction, the construction of our tunnel was started and completed on time. This tunnel is large enough to carry tractor trailers, fancy car haulers, and RVs all side by side.
Oh, wow. Car hauler.
About 45 feet underneath to the north and about 500 feet to the south. I'm going to ask you to take a couple of seconds to look at the picture on the passenger side and the very last picture on the passenger side. Johnny Beauchamp. So we said he was the very first winner, the very first Daytona 500, and he never got to go to victory lane. Such a bummer for him. But that wasn't the closest race we've had here. That was on the wall as well. Back in 2016, Denny Hamlin inched out Martin Truex Jr. by a mere 4 inches. All right, take a look over to the passenger side. You see that Daytona flat track over there. That is a quarter-mile dirt track. It's used for motorcycles and go-karts. Now, before that track launched off, it belonged to the Daytona Operation Association, and that was the other spaces here at here. Prior to 2016, if you wanted to get to your seat, you had to use your feet and walk up all our stairs. We've now added fully escalated and 7 elevators. facility here to get to the top of that venue. We've also owned 11 neighborhoods. A neighborhood is a standing room ticketed area. Each neighborhood is about the size of a football field. We've also added 5 tankers. Tankers now comes with a corporate sponsor. Our very first train gate is of Advent Healthcare. They got a rock wall back there banked at 31 degrees. But guess what? It's not just a fancy rock wall. It's a working misting waterfall and it's a boundary for that. Advent Healthcare also sponsors this path that we drive on. It's a 1.5 miles of a biking, walking, jogging path that is open for the general public to use. Before we get to our next train gate, which will be Chevrolet, we're going to go through one of our solar pavilions. We do have 3 solar pavilions on our property, and altogether we emit 2.1 megawatts of clean emission power from over 7,000 solar panels. As we come out of the solar pavilion, take a look to the driver's side and look up. You see that big American flag there? That's a pretty important spot. Not because of the flag, but because just underneath that flag, if you look all the way over to the other side, on the passenger side, you see that Daytona International Speedway sign. That sign is 355 feet long. It runs the football field, including the end zone. Each one of those letters are 13.5 feet tall, and those letters do illuminate at night, but the color of the illumination does depend on the season. And the event is going on. Photograph spot on our property. Our next train gate is Exalta. Exalta is a coding system company. They've extended the start-finish line out front so you can see where you are in relationship to the inside of the track. Back behind that black fence is a roller coaster cart. That cart was taken from a Six Flags amusement park. Exalta reconditioned it, put a coding system on it, and displays it here. When it's done being displayed here, it goes back to a roller coaster detail. And playing your capture. We're going to be stopping at the Toyota fan gate. Before we get there, you're going to see that rock hill there banked at 31 degrees. That's part of a mock road course that Toyota has created. Anytime we are going to be stopping here at Toyota, I'm going to ask if you bring all your personal belongings with you. This part of our property is open to the general public, and I wouldn't want anything to go missing when we go inside. We are going to return to the trail, however, to complete our tour. When I do come to a complete stop, I'm going to ask you to exit the tram on the passenger side. So we're going to sort of wait here for a minute until they move their tram.
Hola.
Daddy, they said passenger side.
Oh.
You're right, Kayla.
That's neat.
Yeah, that dude's got a Nissan out.
What?
Look.
Yeah, that doesn't mean an apple. That's a broke one.
Come on in. I'm going to have you guys meet me over there in front of the cars, okay?
They're all Toyota Camry.
Are they all Toyotas?
Yeah, they're basic.
plaque. Remember I said if you weren't sure what a triangle is? That's the shape of a triangle. I don't know, somebody taught school special ed for years, and I never taught that shape of a triangle. Well, that's what it is. What they did is they bumped down, start finish line, at the front stretch, on either side of the start finish line about 800 feet. They gave the extra space they needed to get the 2.5 miles in. Now up here are there's 6 cars here, but there's 7 cars there. We're looking in the Toyota Cup, or into the Cup Series this year. Toyota has, 4 of them are owned by Joe Gibbs. That would be 11, 19, 40, 54, and then 20's up on top. 1 and 2 are owned by Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan. That's on 23 and 45. And then Richard Petty owns 43. That's up there. Funny story about Michael Jordan. You guys all got to see that fancy RV lot for the drivers and owners, right? He didn't like that. It wasn't private enough for him. So he wanted to park on our backstretch. When we came in, we came down through what we call Tram Hill just before we turned onto the track. Well, he wanted to park up there. We allowed him to park there. We don't park our trams there for a reason. There's a lot of accidents that happen there on the backstretch, right? Dirt and debris go flying and a lot of damage happens, and his motorhome got damaged. Well, then the next year he says, I still want to park there, but I'm going to build a structure over my motorhome. Okay, go ahead. So he still parks there, and he has a structure now over his motorhome, so he doesn't get any damage to it. Price of privacy. So anyways, we're going to go up top, and we're going to check out the seats.
That's cool. You can't see. Watch it. Shit. Oh wow, look at the underneath. That's a lot of steel. Did you watch me just walk into that, didn't you? You didn't warn me or anything?
I didn't even know you were gonna walk into it.
No.
Well, guys, we're going to do this. I think we're going to go up sit in the seats today. Not supposed to, but we're going to. That way I can get the kids to sit down so they don't have a problem. We're going to try to stay in this section here.
Separated families.
Oh wow, there's cars in there. Look. The cars in there.
Nice up here, there's nice breeze. Yes, it is. Well, the ocean's right over there, you know. If we could sort of sit together so I can let the school come sit in a group, that would be great. You guys have a seat. I'm going to try to let the school have a group together. They got about 16 of them. Look at them in there together. There you go. $500 or so, and go all the way to the top for around $800. Yep. The higher you go, the more you need, the more you pay.
$500 for a ticket?
1 to 800.
So up there,
It starts low and gets higher.
that bottom row, that black and white seat, they say you can see 90% of the track. I don't know,
Is it
from here, I think
$500
you can see
seat,
most
right?
of the track. Well, I don't care how good your eyes are, you're still not going to see what's happening on the other side of that track. And I just don't believe anybody has that type of eye vision, right? So the best thing is to do, you get your ticket down here for $100, then you go over to the freedom zone for $100. You get to see all the drivers and owners over there, you get to see all the cars, all that good stuff, and you get a seat to sit in when you want to come back on this side. We do trailer back and forth across, so you're not walking all that way. It's going to be over about 3 miles, so it's nice to have that tram. Let's see, so in 2013, when we did our renovations, we took out our seats. So what's down below you is a closed seating thing. So before, if you had a beverage and you spilt it, they used to go down to the person down here and they used to wear your beverage, right? So we closed all the seating. We took the metal bleachers out. We took the metal seats out. We put in the plastic folded seats, and we gave you all a cup holder. Isn't that great? So that way, when you spill that, it's not on anybody but you. Yeah. Well, it depends on where you are. See, theirs are on the side. Some of them are in the front of you, some are on the side, so you never know. All right. So then, the next question is, why do we allow donuts on our grass right after the Daytona 500? That is because the very next day we bring in 300 truckloads of dirt. That dirt forms a for motocross, a motocross course for motorcycles. And so we don't care what's going to happen to the grass, right? And then after that motocross event, then we take the dirt back out. Just flabbergasted me. They put it in storage. My family owned a gravel business, sand and gravel business in New York State. We just wouldn't dug up more, but they store it down here for some reason. So I laugh at that every time I say it. But anyway, so they store the dirt for next year, and then they try to level it out. Well, this year we had Jeep Beach that came and put an obstacle course over here, so we didn't quite clean it out as much as we normally do. And then we had Rockville. So then in end of May, we decided to straighten it up and clean it up. We put in some yucky grass. They call it grass plugs and stuff like that. We smooth it out, put that grass in there, and it looks pretty good. That grass will be there until it'll be there for the August race. And we just put an emblem in there, and it's no big deal. Well, then for the 500, they really go all out. They take the grass and they kill it in October, end of October, November, kill all the grass, and then they start planting the new grass in December. That new grass will have a design in there, and they use different shades of green. So there are different grasses for different shades of green. There is a contest. You can go online at the Daytona International Speedway, and you can find the contest where you can draw a picture to be on the infield. And that was, this year I think they had some stars shooting, and then they had some planes or whatever. So it depends. It's usually a patriotic thing they put down there. And then once they get so many submissions, then they vote on it. So you can vote on it and see. So anyways, then they start planting that, I think, December-ish. By the end of January, they just put the emblem in there for the Rolex race, and then in February they paint it all up for the 500. And then we started all over again, so that's called job security. Right? All right, so that's our...
I have a question. Is there any time there is not an event?
Yep. We have, track shows about 250 or 260 days a year. Major events are the Rolex, the 500, the Coke Zero Sugar 400.
Get that one right.
Those are the major sporting events. Plus, we have 2 weeks of bike weeks in March. We have a week of bike week in October. We have the Turkey Run in March and November. That's a car show and swap meet. Those are the really major events. We also have a triathlon that comes in December. We have the World Karting Association, which the go-karts, they come in December as well. And then we have private racing and testing that come out. So in January, we're quite busy. We have a lot of the historic car races that come in, all the sports cars, and that's sort of like their practice for the 24-hour race. And then we also have NASCAR racing experience that comes in. You asked a question, you got a big answer.
Okay with that.
NASCAR racing experience comes in. They're going to be here tomorrow, and their cars are in the garage right there. That's where you can drive the race car or ride with professional drivers, and they're here about once a month. So that we got on the track today, you're pretty lucky because it doesn't normally happen.
That's good.
So, yeah. So be lucky today because tomorrow you're not on the track, right?
Okay.
All right. So let's see, where did I leave off? We did the grass. We did that. We did, the Jumbotron. Since I said not a bad seat in the house, if you look over here on top of the fan deck, you see a white structure. That's where they put one of the Jumbotrons, and then over here behind me, they put even a bigger Jumbotron. Same setup on the other side. Then on either end, they also put mobile Jumbotrons up, so you can see from the seating venue anything that's happening over there. Now, when I talked about the speed limit for NASCAR and the sports cars, if you look down here, that black and yellow line right there, that is the speed limit line. If they don't reach that speed, for NASCAR it's 55 miles an hour, they cross it at going 56, they have to make a pass all the way through pit road and all the way back through before they can do anything and go back out on the track. The sports cars, if they don't hit their 35 mile an hour speed limit, then they end up taking off a time, and I'm not sure how much time they get off their end of the race. Anyway, let's see, what else did I miss? Anybody have any questions?
What's the fastest lap?
2 years ago, I heard of 204. Someone was going 204 miles an hour. I haven't heard since then. I didn't hear last year's lap at all.
Do they
Actually, I didn't
govern? Do
hear
they
last
govern
year's.
that?
Huh?
Do they govern that, or is it as fast as you can go?
There's restrictor plates they have. So I'm not sure how much they restrict or whatever, but they all supposed to. Since that, I think that 204 was before they got the next gen car, I think. So I'm not sure how fast those cars have been. Any other questions?
That's average for the whole.
We're good? Really? All right, here. Huh? I mechanically, I know.
Actually, here, I do have one. Probably. When they have to hit that certain speed, is that because of?
You guys good? You need help?
Oh, there's a road down there too. That's cool. Where's Mama? That's good.
She got the best.
I don't care.
If anybody has any other questions,
Which
now
one
is
do
the
you
time to
think you
ask.
like better? The
I'm
bike?
gonna like the bike. But
When you get in there, the first thing you're going to see is the winning car from this year was William Byron's car, number 24. Right across from that car, there is a ramp that's banked at 31 degrees. So if you really want to see what the 31 degrees feels like, you can go on that ramp, and they actually have handrails there. So, okay, yeah, you'll be able to feel it good. Okay, spend as much time as you like in there. That's open till 5 o'clock. Your ticket for the tour does include that museum. Okay, so this is it. Any other questions? All right, we're done. Thank you.
Thank you.